It is the city's latest strategy to ensure physical distancing in hotspots like Trinity-Bellwoods. As you can see, circles have now been painted in the park. It is something we have seen in cities around the world, but it's definitely surreal to see in such a popular Toronto park. And urban planners say this is just the beginning. A number of design strategies like this are certainly to come during the COVID-19 era. Painting a clear picture of what 6 feet apart looks like. City crews were out bright and early, marking the grass at Trinity-Bellwoods so that this never happens again. Videos and photos that emerged from the park this weekend sparking outrage. An estimated 10,000 people crowding into the popular green space, and it appeared they were making no effort to keep a safe distance. Even Toronto Mayor John Tory apologizing after he was spotted in close quarters with others in the crowds. Toronto's medical officer of health calling the gatherings disappointing, selfish, and dangerous.
We need measures to enable people to use the park safely. I think the painted circles are a good first step.
I guess this is one of the things you can do to help people understand what physical distancing means. I saw myself when I was there that people not only sat too close together in terms of groups sitting too close together, but also within the groups, as you can see right there, you had people sitting shoulder to shoulder. And these were clearly not people related to each other or people who lived with each other.
The circles are 8 feet in diameter and are being placed 10 feet apart. The city says they're big enough for 2 people to lie down or 3 people to sit cross-legged. For the time being, they are located only in the middle of the park, where large crowds tend to cluster. The idea seen around the world in some of the hardest hit cities, Hong Kong and across New York and California. And urban designers say this is just one way COVID-19 may change city planning for years to come.
There's a whole host of design strategies. Over the longer term, we're going to need to ensure that there's sufficient park space so that people can recreate safely.
A long-term strategy, more parks, as condos go up around the city, ensuring ample green space is included in the design. Some communities are currently unable to access any, and there is a dramatic need for more.
This isn't just a downtown issue. It pervades our entire city.
Active TO measures over the past 2 weekends have helped open up road space for pedestrians, cyclists, and joggers, a great short-term solution, and there are more design tricks that have yet to be implemented.
There might be ways to schedule public spaces in different ways. We already do it with our playing fields. So if it's a sports field like a baseball diamond or a soccer pitch, you get it for a certain amount of time.
Businesses now using markers for lineups and plexiglass to protect workers, and with the weather warming up, redesigning spaces for people to enjoy restaurants and bars.
Creating spaces in our public squares and for patios to spill out into those spaces.
All these strategies will, of course, require funding. For instance, the cost of painting each one of these circles is $12. The city will be monitoring crowds for the coming weeks, and if necessary, they'll expand and add more circles throughout the parks. It's also important to note that a city bylaw requiring people from different households to stay 6 feet apart is still in effect, and violators could face a fine up to $750.